The two Democrats doing the most campaigning in this year's election are Tulsi Gabbard and Robert F. Kennedy Jr., but they're not telling people to vote for Democrats. They're telling people to vote for Trump. It's pretty incredible. And as Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, which actually Tim Walz, if you think about it, he hardly does any media anymore. It's quite interesting. They seem to be hiding him. Could Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. end up winning Donald Trump this election?
See who is in the room here tonight. I want to see your hand raised if you're a Democrat or a former Democrat or an independent, libertarian. There you go. There are so many people across our country.
Because if you've seen Trump's rallies, everyone is pretty much familiar, not everyone, but most people, with what he's going to say at these rallies. Back in 2016, Trump was such a fresh face in politics that it was so exciting. He kind of won that election all on his own. And I think this time, I think Trump just isn't as good in the rallies as he was in 2016. He's not awful. Like, he's not as bad, certainly, as the media tries to make you believe, but he's not as good. He doesn't do as many rallies, which the Trump campaign has actually admitted. But this now new tour, I think they call it the Reclaim America tour with RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard, this might win Trump the election. It gives a totally different perspective on why somebody would vote for Trump. And this might be literally perfect. It kind of targets independents, maybe former Democrats like both of them, who just want to pull the lever for Trump because of the reasons that they lay out here, like being anti-war, anti-interventionist policies that make America healthy against stuff that RFK talks about. I think this is a very powerful message. And Tucker Carlson does these tours as well, and he's doing a good job from what I've seen. But in a sense, Tucker's probably preaching to the choir. Like, most Tucker fans are probably going to vote Trump anyway. That wouldn't be true of these two people. And they're very good on camera. So let's see what they say here.
And I just want to say this is of great credit to President Trump, that he is doing today what the Democratic Party used to do, which is to welcome people into the cause of freedom, peace, and prosperity so that we can stand together as Americans.
And that's just such a powerful message, I think, coming from Tulsi, who was ran for president on the Democratic side, was the vice chair of the DNC, and then RFK Jr., who's been a Democrat his entire life. His uncle was the president, father was in Democratic politics. So, I just think that's an incredibly powerful message as they keep kind of going throughout different places around the country. I think there's the chance that these two people, Tulsi and RFK, could win Trump the White House. Again, this speech right now is in the swing state of Michigan, Dearborn, Michigan.
This differently.
And as Tulsi just said, they're not answering the question that is most important to the American people. And she couldn't answer that question because there's no criteria by which we judge economic vitality of a nation that has improved during the Biden administration. The cumulative inflation during the Trump administration was 7%. The cumulative inflation during Biden administration is 20%. The price of mortgages has doubled in 3.5 years, doubled.
So, and the other thing, Donald Trump, in my opinion, has lost his ability to convey his economic message effectively. Donald Trump, I think, talks about immigration way too much. He always pivots to it, even in speeches. Like, he actually kind of caught himself the other day, I saw. He was talking about economics, and he just started talking about immigration again. He's like, oh, well, we'll get back to the cost of things. RFK Jr., in my opinion, is way better at laying out this economic case, and everything he's saying right now is very hard to argue. The cumulative inflation. Donald Trump should have brought that up in that debate with Kamala, but he didn't. Again, he talked about immigration way too much. Most people already agree with Trump on immigration, at least most potential voters that would be in the middle. So yeah, we'll continue. Just that point about 7% inflation during his term, cumulative, and then 20% inflation cumulatively in the Harris Biden term. That's a world of a difference. Trump should have brought that up in the debate. He should have done that with immigration. He should have brought that up probably 3-4 times, but RFK does it here.
Well, the price of rent has gone up 20-30% in 3 years. Thank you. The price of groceries has gone up. The price of gasoline, the price of electricity, the price of the price of medical care. The only thing that's gone down, which we judge, price of mortgages has doubled in 3.5 years. Doubled.
Yeah, see, like that last point here, I'll cover this point about the mortgages. Again, Trump should be bringing this up way more because housing crisis out of control in most Western countries, certainly true in America as well. And that affects every young person trying to buy a home. Not only does it affect young people, though, it affects all the boomers and all the silent generation or whatever who have children who they'd like to see own a home. Politics used to be more about what world are we leaving to our future generation. The boomer politicians of today hardly talk about this stuff. At least RFK does. If you're a 70-year-old person, you shouldn't just be concerned about getting Social Security, getting benefits, and what the world is like to you. What about your children? They can't afford homes in many cases. So, RFK tells a story about how his kids can't afford a home. I believe in California, but they went to the best schools. Their dad is RFK Jr. Even they cannot afford homes. So, with that said, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think Tulsi Gabbard and RFK on this Reclaim America tour may just end up winning Donald Trump the election. Thanks for watching.